Well, Southeast Asian nations are rushing to avoid the economic fallout of U.S. tariffs that we just discussed, with many seeking to negotiate with President Donald Trump rather than retaliate. As major exporters to the U.S., countries like Vietnam, Cambodia, and Indonesia have expressed their willingness to engage in talks over the reciprocal tariffs Trump announced, which range from 10% to as high as 50%. And meanwhile, Singapore has indicated it will not impose retaliatory tariffs, focusing instead on negotiations. This diplomatic approach contrasts with China's immediate retaliation and the European Union's preparations for countermeasures should talks fail. The tariffs, which have already wiped out trillions of dollars in market value, have raised concerns of a global recession. Southeast Asia's willingness to negotiate stems from their dependence on U.S. markets, with countries like Vietnam and Indonesia fearing severe economic consequences from the tariffs. Vietnam, which has benefited from a manufacturing boom as companies moved out of China to avoid U.S. restrictions, has been particularly vocal. Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh has even offered to meet Trump at Mar-a-Lago in hopes of resolving the trade tensions. In efforts to placate the U.S., Vietnam has already reduced tariffs on American goods, including cars, ethanol, and natural gas. Malaysia, which chairs the Asian bloc, has worked which chairs the ASEAN bloc, has worked to coordinate a collective response among Southeast Asian nations, advocating for a fair solution. Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim confirmed that the country's trade ministry has denied U.S. claims of unfair tariffs and is committed to discussions with Washington. Meanwhile, Cambodia, facing the highest U.S. tariff in the region at 49%, has pledged to reduce its tariffs on U.S. goods. Indonesia, hit with a 32% tariff, has also expressed its intention to ease trade rules and send a delegation to Washington. These actions highlight the region's strategy of making concessions to safeguard trade with the U.S. The ongoing tariff impositions have had noticeable impact on U.S. companies reliant on Southeast Asian manufacturing. Shares of companies like Nike and Lululemon Athletica have surged, as Vietnam remains a critical supplier of footwear for these brands. The situation continues to unfold, with Southeast Asia navigating the complexities of balancing its economic interests with U.S. demands.